If you've ever seen a large ship up close, a cargo vessel, an oil tanker, maybe a cruise ship, you probably noticed the hull, that long, dark wall of steel rising out of the water. But there's a part of that hull you almost never see, a part that sits just below the waterline, hidden from view entirely. And it's not a design accident, it's not a leftover structure. It's one of the most quietly brilliant engineering decisions in modern seafaring. It's called the bulbous bow. And once you understand what it does, you'll never look at a ship the same way again. Here's the thing. Most people assume ships are designed like boats, a pointed front that slices cleanly through the water. And that assumption is mostly correct. The hull tapers to a bow, the bow cuts forward, and the ship moves. But if you've ever seen a large ship in dry dock, when the water is drained and the full hull is exposed, you'll notice something unexpected. A large, rounded protrusion sitting below the waterline, right at the very front of the ship. It looks almost like a blunt nose attached beneath the hull. It seems counterintuitive. Why would engineers add a rounded bump to the front of a vessel designed to push through water? Wouldn't that create more resistance, not less? The answer, it turns out, is the complete opposite. To understand why the bulb works, you first need to understand what ships are actually fighting when they move through water. It's not just friction. The bigger challenge is something called wave resistance. When a ship moves forward, it doesn't just push water out of the way, it creates waves. These waves form along the hull, and they take energy to produce. The faster the ship, the bigger the waves, and the more fuel it burns fighting against them. Think of it like walking through a crowded hallway. You're not just moving your legs, you're constantly displacing people around you, and that takes effort. The ship is doing the same thing, but with water. The primary wave forms right at the bow, the very front of the ship, and that wave, rolling outward, is working against the vessel's own momentum. Now here's where it gets elegant. The bulbous bow sits just below the surface, and as the ship moves, it generates its own wave, a secondary wave. This wave travels outward and upward, and it's timed, almost perfectly, to meet the bow wave head-on. When two waves of similar size meet each other in opposing phases, they cancel each other out. This is a principle called wave interference, and it's the same physics behind noise-canceling headphones. The bulb's wave doesn't eliminate the bow wave entirely, but it reduces it significantly. Less wave energy means less resistance. Less resistance means the ship uses less fuel to maintain the same speed. On a large cargo vessel crossing thousands of miles of ocean, that reduction in fuel consumption isn't trivial. It translates to millions of dollars saved annually, and a meaningful reduction in emissions. This wasn't always obvious. For most of maritime history, ship design followed intuition. Long, tapered hulls, sharp bows, minimal protrusions. The bulbous bow was first explored seriously in the early 20th century by David W. Taylor, an American naval architect working with warships around 1907. He noticed through model testing that a certain bow configuration reduced wave resistance, though he didn't fully optimize it at the time. It took decades of refinement, and it wasn't until commercial shipping scaled dramatically in the mid to late 20th century that bulbous bows became standard on large vessels. The economics of ocean freight made that fuel efficiency impossible to ignore. Today, virtually every major cargo ship, tanker, and container vessel is designed with one. The bulb isn't a universal shape. Engineers design each one specifically for the vessel's intended speed and load. A ship that operates at higher speeds needs a different bulb geometry than one that moves slowly with heavy cargo. Get the shape wrong, and the wave interference works against you instead of for you. Get it right, and the ship becomes measurably more efficient, without changing the engine, the fuel, or anything else. It's pure geometry doing the work. The bulbous bow is invisible to most people. It sits below the waterline. Never photographed, rarely discussed, but it's quietly present on nearly every large ship in service today, doing exactly what it was designed to do, canceling out resistance, reducing fuel, making the journey more efficient. Sometimes the most important engineering isn't the part you can see. It's the part working silently beneath the surface. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please give it a like and share it with someone who might enjoy it too. Don't forget to subscribe to Decoding Everyday and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next everyday mystery. Let me know in the comments. What should we decode next? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.